I need to find my wife.
The world outside is simply no longer survivable.
Could people have survived?
We need to know what's out there. We need to know who's left.
I'm coming, baby.
There is a lot that you don't know.
Can I tell you a secret? Something no one else knows. It's never just about the bunker.
What is up, people? What is going on? We are back to talk about another episode of Paradise. I think this was a really good episode, but before we get into everything, I'll let the panel talk about their channels. Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, I'm 1/3 Spoiler King, so we go live Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturday nights. But also, I'm with this dude. I don't know what the hell. Every time he's doing a review, unless it's Monarch, I'm probably here. And then on Saturdays, I get stuck with him again. We're doing the rewind. This is a lot of fun, honestly. And then this week, guess what? I'm going to be able to talk about.
What's that? Oh Lord, here we go.
T'Challa. Thank you, Aldous Hodge. Appreciate you for the whole thing. I got a whole thing for it. Man, it's going to be epic. I can't help it.
Oh God, here we go with the T'Challa stuff. Also got Tamika in the house. Tamika, tell the people where they can find you. I was gonna call you sir, ma'am. She seems to be having technical difficulties because she's popping in and out. So hopefully we'll get that fixed. We'll go through the chat. Basel said, "What's up? What's up, Basel?" He said, "This is the best episode, but the ending was precipitated." Hello, lady. Hello. What's up? Gary needs to get laid, and none of this would have happened. And he said, "Hello, everybody." 100%. I agree with you, but it was the wrong person he was trying to get laid with. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I told him, like, look, bro, I ain't the one.
You know what I mean? And we'll get into what he tried to do, because I still say his plan was suspect, whatever. But yeah, Gary was no joke. But Jane was no joke either. Oh my God, Jane.
How she do all this stuff? And after all that, we found out Jane is a natural born killer.
100%. Jeez.
That surely showed us that we have time travel in this damn show.
We're gonna get into that, and I don't want to get into it. But Tamika's back. Tamika, tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, I'm over here on YouTube, Tamika's Den. First of the month, usually do what you should be watching, where I tell you about shows and movies that's coming out, that month. And then Self-Care Saturday, just all the discussions, life, the craziness, mental health, physical health, black.
Little bit chippy there, but said, "I am glad to see someone reviewing this show. I'm new to a live review. Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. Hope you enjoy the live reviews, because we do live reviews on a lot of the shows we watching."
Join the discussion. Check in.
Yeah, you kind of chipped out a little bit there, Tamika. It froze a little bit.
Appreciate you guys for having.
See, no. There we go.
I want to hear it. Man. Vacation, so I was
100%
that she came back from vacation. She said she had a good time and all that stuff, but I'm jealous. Next time you go on vacation, you gotta take me. I need to be put me in the bag, I mean, I might not fit in the bag. You got to get a really big bag, but you know.
As long as we ain't flying, then I'll go on vacation with you guys as well. But if we gotta get on a plane, that ain't happening. Absolutely not.
It's
But
too
we
cold
definitely
for where you at. You have to fly.
weather's getting nicer, so I'm good. We're gonna get into this episode. Let's get into our overall thoughts first. I'll let you start, Tamika. What were your overall thoughts of this episode?
Hopefully y'all can hear me. I don't know what's going on with my
Yeah, we can
stuff
hear you. We
today.
can hear you.
Okay. I thought it was good. I liked it. I had some little nitpicks and I got questions. I feel like every time they give us some more, then I get more questions. But I like the fact that we kind of got so far this season and the stories that they've been telling us coming together, like Link, getting in the bunker or trying to get in the bunker. Jane and her backstory, which I still nothing about her. I understand why she is the way she is, but it didn't make me have any type of other feelings for her. And but even with that, I have a question. And then of course seeing Xavier and him going through this with Gary, I just want them to run Gary over, with the train. Like he gotta
Facts.
go.
Facts. 100%. I was hoping Gary would have died in this episode, but he didn't. So next episode, Xavier better dust him, boy. Like, there's no listen. You were ready to go and kill for your wife. You better be dusting Gary for what he did. Like, there's okay. So here's this. You didn't notice the way Gary was looking at her at that picture before when the first time you seen it? Like, I would have noticed
Yeah,
that
I thought he
right
noticed
away.
it before.
He should just
So
killed him.
here,
He
yeah,
should
one
have
hundred
his first
percent.
line. He should went one to the temple, one to the body. Done. Gary.
So here's the thing, right? Because I think last week when we talked, we said Xavier knew what Gary was up to. It didn't seem like he did know, though.
Nope. Nope. Not at all.
I feel like he knew to a certain degree that he couldn't trust him. He definitely wasn't feeling him, but he just didn't pick up on that last piece to literally the last second. Because I thought he had already observed the picture too. The fact that, because once he said, "I was in love with your wife," I don't know what else you need to hear, but
Facts. 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 I would have been like, you were what? Boy, you better get the
yeah.
fuck away from me. You know what I mean? All right.
Men are
Okay.
stupid. Men are
Huh?
stupid. Come on.
Yeah, we are dumb. We are dumb. Because I agree with you until he gave that little speech where he's like, oh, if anything happens to me, make sure my wife is taken care of. I'm like, dude, this guy just told you he loves your wife. Now you're telling him to take care of your wife? No. Listen, if I die, you stay the fuck away from my life, my
I'm
wife
gonna
too.
haunt
All
you,
right?
bro.
Yeah,
No matter what.
exactly. You do not come near my wife if I'm alive or dead. All right? You make sure you stay away from that. Well, trust me. But this episode starts off, and I think I got to hear what you guys have to say about this because this guy gets a text, and the text, and we already know it's like 1997, so it's not really a text, right?
This is a
It's a
Windows
cheap ass
95 email. You see?
email fax. And it says, a killer will be born on June 6th at 12:01 a.m. She can be stopped when it matters if you deliver a message to her. I don't know how you deliver a message to a baby, but okay, whatever. But what does this tell you about this show? Go ahead, Brian.
So first, I think those are two different messages.
Okay.
So first thing says a baby will be born, a killer will be born on this day.
Mm-hmm.
Now he says, I can't read it, but like if you can stop her,
Yeah, it says she can be stopped when it matters.
if you deliver a message to her. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it has anything to do with the baby.
Okay. You mean as she's an adult then?
I'm saying that it has everything to do with Sinatra.
Interesting. Explain.
So she can be stopped when it matters. So it's telling the baby, the killer, she can be stopped when it matters.
You mean that the baby, the killer, can
Baby
stop
can
Sinatra?
stop Sinatra. when
That's
it matters.
interesting. That's
If you
interesting.
deliver the message to her.
Okay, I like that. I like
He's
that.
telling the baby she could be the baby's born, and he's telling she could be stopped when it matters if you deliver the message to her. So there's a specific message that Jane needs to deliver to Sinatra, and if you do it, she can be stopped. Stop. That's what.
I got you.
But
To
obviously,
make
for someone to know this, it's time travel.
Tamika, your thoughts?
Yeah, this is where I was like, what the hell is happening right now? And I definitely was like, so I guess we are doing time travel, or we have some type of device that's, Alex, I guess, that's sending messages. I don't know what was happening. And I definitely did not think into it the way that Brian just did. That's probably definitely a good possibility, because I just thought the whole message was pertaining to Jane. However, I want to know how the hell, like, how was he chosen to give the message, and how did he know what hospital to go to and who the hell to say it to? Because a couple different people done gave birth today, so like, how did you know that it was specifically her, coming out the hospital? But that was more so where my mind was going. But I just thought the whole thing was about her. So
When you
You
read
know
it,
what?
doesn't it seem like it's 12 different messages
I need more
from 12
answers.
different people? It wasn't
What's
just him.
that?
It looked like it was 12 different messages. Like 12 different people were getting that same message. So, like, I don't think it was just him.
Oh,
I think there
okay,
was a
okay.
lot of people that they were giving that message to.
Let's see. You might be right, because I thought it was just him, but they just kept
Hmm.
message boarding him constantly, 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 right? Because now
Yeah.
his pager's going off, same thing,
Hmm.
right? And then his phone starts to message. So I thought
Right.
it was just him that was getting the message,
It could be,
but then
but
they
there's no
show
saying
this.
his name.
Yeah.
So it all of a sudden it's to
Okay,
Don.
no. Yeah.
You're right. It said, well, no, you're right. Because all those said to Don, to Don, to Don, to Don. So you're right. It was just to Don. That obviously the guy's name was Don.
So, all right. So we talked about this last week and the week before, and my God, if this, you see, this show to me went from being kind of grounded into stuff that could be really happen to like this totally different show right now. Now, I still am
I
not
hope I'm wrong.
confirming
I hope
time
I'm wrong.
travel. I'm thinking maybe it's like Tamika said, Alex, where you can deliver messages to the past to try to change things. I think that could be a situation, but I don't know, man. If it's really time travel, they need to do it in a way where I go back to season one and it's like, oh, that
Hmm.
makes sense now. Oh, I missed that. We missed this stuff, right? Because it just feels like it's just coming out of nowhere, to be honest with you. But we'll see, man. I was just
No,
like weird.
Yeah. It
you're
depends
right.
on how they close everything up.
Hmm.
Absolutely. You were saying, Brian?
No, so you're right. I mean, when you look at it, um, but we know Xavier and Link have some type of connection. They're both dreaming about each other. So why is this dream?
Hmm.
It could be. So it could be something like there's an entity that's separate from them. That's an AI that's been dealing with this. That could be something. But most
Mm-hmm.
likely, there's
Yeah.
a way for you to send stuff back. It could be like deja vu, when you can send
Yeah.
certain messages back to stop something. You have an entity that can look at things backwards, specifically, 8 years, 10 years away. That you can do those type things. And there's been the technology they've been developing. But yeah, Link was a student. It was still, when
Hmm.
he was dealing with basically, time travel. So
Mm-hmm.
the problem is, no matter what I look at, kind of all comes back to time travel.
I think it does too, which is like, okay, just put
Yeah.
it together properly right now. Because I thought this episode was fire. And I even messaged Danny. I was like, oh, so Danny, you still think Alex Cross is better? Because this episode, I was like, I like Alex Cross, but this episode was better than the last episode of Alex Cross to me, anyways. But Xavier's facial expressions at the end of the previous episode did not indicate at all that Xavier was onto Gary, but people just wanted Xavier to be onto him, and so they read into his face too much. I was hoping he was too. I'm one of those people, Daryl, right? But this episode showed me that he really wasn't. You know what I mean? Said Alex is AI, maybe. I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I can
Um,
see that.
It can work.
so I don't. I don't believe the theory of time travel. I believe the theory of there being different dimensions. Like there is a point in time where a character makes a different choice in a different dimension. That's interesting. So you mean like branch timelines, kind of like in the MCU? I could see that. I hope time travel is not in play. That's what I'm saying. Like, so when we watch
Grounded.
from
Why would you want more time travel when it's so grounded?
right, because I'm saying when we watch From, right, when they introduced time travel in there, it was like, oh, they introduced time travel. But the way the show is, you expect anything to happen. We're watching this show feeling,
Yeah.
yeah, like it's a realistic like take on what would happen if the world were getting close to end, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey guys, guess what? It's not what you think it is. There's time travel involved in here, and I'm just like, what?
So
Really?
here it is. So Link was a student at Caltech for the
Mm-hmm.
apocalypse. He was specifically a protege of Henry, who was a professor teaching advanced wave function, superposition, and quantum entanglement.
Uh,
So
quantum
all
quantum
those things,
physics.
quantum physics could be
Yeah.
time travel, but it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be.
No,
It can also
absolutely.
be
Yeah.
that you can affect something else. You can affect
Yeah, yeah.
something in the past, not just time travel, but you can affect the past with some of the things you do.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. So, meaning there might be a way where you can communicate with the past, not necessarily send somebody back in time, but necessarily communicate with the past to try and change what happens in the future, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's funny because
I'm
Sinatra
leaning
killed
more
all.
towards that than. Sorry.
No,
No, go ahead. Go
Sinatra
ahead.
killed that professor.
No. Yeah, I was agreeing. I say I'm leaning more towards that than the time travel, and even the way that he was talking to, I don't remember his name now, Billy. When Billy came to him and he kept kind of saying, "Do you believe in this and that? Or do you look at it this way or that way?" I just feel
Hmm.
like he was kind of leaning towards more of it being that, but we shall see. I want to see how they're gonna break everything down.
It's gonna be very interesting. I think Xavier's seeing something in a different dimension when he sees Link. That would be interesting, Daryl. 100%. I think the nosebleeds happen when a different choice is made in a different dimension. I got you. What's up, Mrs. T? How you doing? Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. I think Sinatra is the one who wanted to alert the dude that Jade is a killer. Uh, so it would be interesting that you say that, right? Because like she told in this episode, like, why did you shoot me? So we already knew she knew, right? But now she put it
Yeah.
out there that she knows. Then you see Jade sitting in her seat with the glasses and everything. So it seems to me like even though Jade is doing the, I'm better with you. I need you. I think Jade is actually playing a role too, right?
Oh yeah.
Is she? Is she? Because so Jane is. We saw what happened in her life. That when she was
Hmm.
born, and her mother. I've never seen this before. So like I've had multiple kids. When the baby is born, they put the baby and tell them to hold the baby on your chest,
Hmm. Hmm.
skin to skin. And when
Hmm.
you skin to skin, you want to have that connection with that baby.
Right
The
away.
mother
Yeah.
was so just didn't want anything to do with her. She had her sitting right next to her. She's sitting there
Hmm.
crying. She doesn't let any touch, any skin on her. So she's totally over her. Now there's a reason. I have a belief why I have the reason why she did that, but I'll talk about that in a second. But her not having that love, that's made Jane now want to always look for that mother, that person who's going to love her unconditionally. So she's always searching for that. So now when she went to the CIA and she was doing all that stuff, the reason she cut off old dude's thing is because she was trying to approve this person that she put as a mother figure and get her approval. Now she's looking at Sinatra in that same way. She wants Sinatra's approval. So when she got the little, not the Wii, but the what's the other game system?
The switch.
Switch. When she got the Switch,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like she talked to her daughter. She was like, "Yeah, your mother's so cool. She is so cool because and acting like a kid because that's the way she's seeing her right now. But she still wants that control."
Basil saying your voice is a little bit low, Brian.
I don't know.
You know what? And you know what's funny? Because I kind of agree with you. I 100% it was the mother figure type of thing, right? But what if Jane is still working for that black girl or that organization that the black girl was a part of, right? and she's in there infiltrating Sinatra, and it's kind of like a different faction that's going up against them. What if that's what Jane is doing? What do you think?
I don't know if she's smart enough, and we already see it what she the problems she had. We saw the problems that she had when she was. Sorry, I'm checking my remote. When she was in the CIA, what she did. We saw what she did to the guy, and she cut off his stuff and brought like she has these problems. I don't know if she's smart enough to be part of the CIA in that way. I think she was chosen.
Interesting.
You know, by Sinatra because she needed a killer and someone she thought she could manipulate. And the problem is now she's realized she can't manipulate her as much.
But Sinatra didn't know she was that type of a killer until this episode, right?
She was a hidden killer for Sinatra the whole time. Because Billy thought he was the only one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sinatra already hired her.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so she was been the person killing everyone from the beginning.
Time travel for season 3 even more. Well, we did get a confirmation that season 3 has been confirmed, so that is great, right? We don't have to wait until the season is over and worry about, oh, is it confirmed? No, we're definitely going to get some answers. So I like how everyone is breaking it down to us. I am perplexed with this episode. Trust me, 100%. Sorry, man, Brian. No, we got you.
I'm good.
But yeah. So now here's the scene that you're talking about, because she has the baby. We find out that it is baby Jane, and she has nothing to do.
Not even touching it.
You had a theory. What was your theory for that?
Okay. Now, stick with me with this. This might be going a little bit of a stretch.
It's okay. I've been on stretches many times.
What if Jane is actually Cal Bradford's sister? So her mother, it was the mistress or whatever, the side piece, whatever, for Cal's father. And that you look at the house that they live in. You look at the house; it's real nice. You know, has a sauna, has all this stuff. And why wouldn't someone who doesn't want a baby not just give the baby up for adoption? Well, you can't, right? Because she is the thing that he's giving her the money for. So she's using her for the money to have a nice house and have a nice life. So when you're going through and you're looking through all this stuff, why does she have all this stuff? Her mother's not doing anything. It's because she was getting paid off.
Interesting.
And then Jane's going to find out that she killed Cal. Cal was actually her brother. She actually killed her brother. She's a killer. She's going to find out that stuff at the end. That it was all these people are connected. That Cain is actually her father. So Cain is both Jane's father and he's Cal's father.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, bro. You really thinking up some stuff, because my mind definitely did not go to all of that. Like for me, I just was like with her giving birth and not touching the baby. Some people have postpartum, so I didn't even really think anything that deep with that. I was like, sometimes that happens. Sometimes they just don't connect at all. You know, some mothers just don't want to be mothers, but that's a whole nother thing. But you know, I was like, it could be any of that. And then I seen some people saying like, oh well, because he came and gave her that message, then she was now treating her a certain way. But I don't think so. Like, you could have took that whole message thing out and then still showed this background for her, and it would have made sense to me at her turning out the way she turned out. It's just like the nature versus nurture type of thing or whatever. But we still see it with some things happening to her even back then with this imaginary friend. I'm even thinking then was like, is this a regular imaginary friend or is this Alex talking to her? Like, I'm thinking all kind of things.
Facts,
but I
me
did
too.
notice that
That's not bad.
they was living. I didn't notice them living like, it didn't seem like she was living bad. I noticed the house and everything, but I'm like, it doesn't seem to be a husband or a father around. She's sneaking the boyfriend into the little hot sauna thing, and I thought Jane was about to cook her up in that damn thing.
Me too. Me too.
I did. But I didn't
But if
think
you don't
about
have no
like,
love, you have no love, you understand her making up a
Right.
imaginary friend to get that love. 'Cause
Exactly.
She's always searching for that connection to someone. So she did that when there CIA agent lit girl that helped her out. The same
Yes.
thing with Sinatra. She's looking for that connection, so she made one up that she wasn't getting it from her mother. So you can understand that and how she becomes a sociopath because of all their situations that happen. So And here's the real thing: what if the message told you, "Hey, take the baby and raise her the right way. Take her, run, grab the baby, and raise her differently." Would that then change Jane's entire situation?
Right.
But maybe he wouldn't get through it because
That's a good question.
She could be Kane Bradford's daughter. I think that we're going to hear that still.
He said, I'm with Tamika. I thought it was just post-pregnancy depression. But here's the thing though, right? And I'll go back to this because even when she's giving birth, it seems like it seems like right away she doesn't want the baby, right?
Yeah, and another thing, like the way they showed this scene, the pain she was in and everything, honestly, it was giving me Omen vibes. Like she knew she was giving birth to the devil.
Facts,
I
100%. 100%.
was like, what is it could be a situation where she was forced into keeping the baby.
Sure no one's coming for you. So that's mad. Get her out. So the fact that she said no one's coming for you and she said get her out, I'm telling you, there's a thing, there's a point where they're saying no one's coming for you. There's no father. There's a point, and that has to be a hidden thing that's going to come back to us later.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it definitely circling back around to something like that, especially now
Yes.
with the fact that they kind of like whatever you want to say, added time travel or quantum physics, where you could talk to the past. They still added an element in this show that is kind of like, well, now anything goes. You know what I mean? Like anything is possible right now. So it's interesting that they did that. But
And
now,
they do
go ahead.
usually, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say they do usually circle back and they do show connections. So that's definitely not far fetched that later we could find out that she's more connected into it in a different way, especially since we got her background now. Yeah.
And not
Think
only
like she's smart, right? But how did she get into college? How did she become on the eyes of the CIA? So the CIA is a government controlled, people that are high in the government. They're seeing people. Well, how did she get seen? Well, if her father was in deep in the government, was a senator and was doing this stuff, maybe he was doing one for one child and doing something for the other child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that's how these connections work. And we saw everything to do with Cal and how he became who he became last season the same way we just saw with Jane right now. I'm just saying they're mirroring a lot. And I can see them both being his kids.
that makes sense, man. I like
Yeah.
it. I definitely like it. Now, this guy ends up going to see Jane's mom, and bro, you couldn't find a better way to deliver this message, right? You know what I mean? Like
Baby, I have a message for that little girl. The killer.
Security.
Not now, but she will be. But
he
she can't be
literally
stopped.
said,
Sir, please.
It's her, isn't it? Holy shit, it's her. Listen to me. She's a killer.
Security.
Not now, but she will be. But she can be stopped.
Sir.
She can be stopped when it matters.
and you know what's funny too? We never get the message that he was supposed to give, right?
Exactly.
So what is that message? What is the message he was supposed? That's why I'm like, bro, you could have did it in a better way, right? You don't just walk up to a baby mom and say, "Hey, your daughter's gonna be a killer." Like,
You couldn't write it down and this is this is a special message just for you about your daughter.
facts. Said he could have delivered the message without losing his job. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it was Circus City, man. Come on, it's not the worst thing in the world. He's still going to be able to pick things together. He's all right.
And even if, right, even if he had wrote the letter, like you said, Brian, and mailed it off or whatever, found out, or seen her there, he said, here, take this, right? Even if the mom didn't believe it, she's going to read the letter, right? And then we find out later on in the series that she was like, oh, that guy that said that to you was right about you. You know what I mean? So we already know that she would have probably ended up believing it anyways. I was just like, bro, you could have delivered that in such a better way, man. Such in a better way. Then we cut to Gary and Xavier, and they're looking at ways to try and get into the train, and he asked Xavier how's he gonna do it, and Xavier was like, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna kill everybody.
All presents for birthdays or Christmas, they had to be and all he wanted to do was smash the trains into each other. Smash, smash, smash. Used to drive me fucking nuts. Why couldn't he just let the trains ride along their tracks?
So I'm gonna say this. because we had so many episodes before we got to the bunker part again. I was like, oh, they do have Xavier's wife, right? Because I forgot about Natalie, right? What happened to her? So I was like, oh, they do have Xavier's wife. I think it was Danny or Brian, whoever predicted that was right. And then I realized, oh, that's not his wife. So yeah, I was like, finally, we get to go see what's going on in the bunker. They waited too long to get to some of the bunker stuff. You know what I mean? What do you guys' thoughts on this stuff?
So first out,
What up, Mike?
his story. What's up, Mike? His story talking about two trains having to smash into each other instead of going just go like passing like trains in the night. I thought it has exactly everything to do with what's going on in the bunker right now, and that where was Cal's son who sees Robinson as a mistress or just what is the plaything. What's again is playing up the idea that these powerful men have these secondary women, right? And then he says though, you're just a mistress, you're just whatever, and she could just pass right by him, but instead they made a choice to ram into each other and mesh their stories together. So it's one of those things that it's kind of what Xavier kind of told you was going to happen, that though they can pass by each other, they're not. They're going to push to come together, and they're going to be an important part of this story. I thought that it was important that he said those things, and he was telling us what the future is going to hold for us.
Ooh, I like that. Mike said, I'm not up to date on the show. Actually, I have to start watching it. Yeah, you should start watching it. It's a good show, Mike. What are your thoughts, Tamika?
I like that we were seeing what was going on in the bunker, but Robinson was kind of getting on my nerves this episode, to be honest. I was just like, girl, get it together, okay? Snap out of it. But I like the interaction with with her and Jeremy, and I think it was when she was talking to the therapist, and she was like, all I gotta do is be black and die. I said, I know that's right now.
Yeah, me too.
I was with her there.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I like that. But I did feel like they was also just being a little like obvious too. I didn't understand how the guards didn't notice beforehand, because I just felt like they was being all out in the open and about what they was trying to plan. But
Because they're stupid.
Absolutely. Yeah, for real. For real. So the bunker stuff is my least favorite part. Don't mind. We aren't seeing it more than the outside stuff. And then Robinson was MVP this episode. Agreed. Yeah, I okay. I think the bunker stuff is interesting because of the Jade and Sinatra stuff, but I think they kind of like went away from it for a little bit too long, right? And I think that's why people lost interest in it. But I think stuff in the bunker is pretty interesting, to be honest with you.
no, yeah, it's interesting to me. I don't mind. Just I kind of felt like why. Like on one hand, I wanted to know why Sinatra's daughter coming and asking her, "Do they call you Sinatra?" I thought everybody kind of knew that, but then I'm like, I guess she keeps her really sheltered and away from everything, so she's kind of getting her wake up call by Xavier's daughter coming and telling her you don't know everything about your mother, so now she's more interested in trying to do her own investigations. I don't know what's gonna happen with that, and then even seeing Jane turn into a little girl 4.0. I thought she was about to start chopping her hair off, and when she was looking in that mirror and trying to copy Sinatra's style, but
Yeah, me
so
too.
I do like those parts. I do like those parts, but her kind of coming out there to linking them and being able to get the upper hand on him real easy. Well, not him exactly, but his man. I was kind of like, really, y'all should have been more. I guess that's the way they wrote it.
100%.
That's what my
Yeah.
other half used to tell me. And then even Robinson, I wasn't mad at it because I wanted them to be able to get down to do what they need to do. But I'm like, so Robinson can knock out two guys in 2.5 seconds without a problem. But she couldn't get the upper hand on Jane. Jane is just a super soldier. Yeah.
No, you're 100% correct because it was so easy to knock out the guards and get to where they. Well, I'm like, wait, what kind of a prison
Doing
is
the
this?
wrong job, bro.
Yeah,
You were especially selected to be a guard, and you had a glass chin, bro.
Facts. Facts. 100%. And Danny, of course, said Cross is better. You are wrong. Definitely
Oh,
wrong.
Lord.
Now, this is the part where Jade decides she's going to lock them in the sauna. And turned up the heat.
Let us out, Jane. Let us out. Jane, let us out.
Hey, listen. That little girl, the look on her face right there, I like it. I'd probably be scared of a little girl looking like that too. That little girl looks creepy, bro. Good job for her, cause it's not
Yeah,
easy.
she really acted that out.
100%. It's not easy for little kids to look creepy like that, but yeah, she got that creepy.
Jane, let us out right now.
The most scariest thing in my entire life is like
Right now,
I go to a building and the elevator opens and it's a little white girl just sitting there staring. That's probably the most scared I'll ever be in my life, because either she's going to like have like she's going to have a control of all the ghosts or something like that, or I'm going to prison. One way or the other, I'm in trouble. So like that's like the worst thing in the world. So that little white girl staring.
Nah, you ain't in trouble.
I'm
You
done.
do exactly what they did on Blackish. You let that elevator close and you go another different way. Trust me.
You never saw her, man.
And didn't see shit. And you never talk about it again either. Hey, there was a little girl in the elevator. I know what you're talking about. I didn't see no little girl.
Never saw her.
I can move. It's fine. So she lets him out,
Yeah,
and then
I thought she was about to fry her mother. I thought they were gonna be like the two girls that got fried up in Final Destination. I thought that was about
Facts.
to happen to her.
Facts. But she lets her mom out. She tells her it's the imaginary friend, and then the mom locks her in there and says this stuff.
Climby, do me to do it. Let me hear.
That lunatic in the parking lot was right about you. You're the worst goddamn thing that ever happened to me.
So now you have to ask yourself, the question is, what that dude said in the park, was that what kind of turned her against her daughter, or was she always in that I don't want to have this daughter type of thing, right? And maybe she didn't, but without that dude saying anything, maybe she could have got a bond with her daughter, but now she has it in the back of her mind that this guy's like, my daughter's going to be a killer, and treated her differently. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think exactly what Daryl just said.
I-
I think Climbing's a real person.
Sorry.
It's a real thing.
Go ahead.
That's the thing. I think climbing is really something. Is Alex, or is one of those things? One of those things that we're talking about. That's a real. Really did tell her to do something. It's pushing her towards her destiny. Because I think it was the professor that said, when he was talking to Billy, about your Professor Henry Miller. He said your destiny is. Do you think it's a coincidence that you're here, or is your destiny to be here? I think all this is about pushing an ideal destiny, but that's what Climbing was doing, trying to make Jane do certain things specifically for that. I think all this stuff is orchestrated, and they're pushing their own narrative. And I think Sinatra might know something about that and is trying to figure out a way against it. Wouldn't that be the biggest thing, is our villain is actually the hero of the story? That could be
Yeah.
a huge thing itself.
Yeah. I think she already was gonna feel a certain way about her daughter just based off of what they showed us from the beginning. However, the fact that he told her that anytime she sees Jane doing something, that's probably in the back of her mind, like, yeah, he was
100.
right. Look at what you doing. You know what I mean? I more
But
so
what
see
would
it
happen if
that
he
way.
didn't do that? What if he never said that?
Right. Right.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I was thinking too, right? What if that never happened? Would sure her vibe kind of have been different on that too? But so do you think it's possible that, like we said, Climby is Alex talking to Jane?
Yes.
Maybe it's
Yes, could be.
Sinatra doing that, right? Maybe it's Sinatra talking to him and Climby, because Sinatra knows what she needs Jade to be.
I think
Oh
Sinatra
my
wants me. I
gosh.
think she's no longer going to be the villain. I think by the end of the season, as much as we hate her and she's a terrible person, I think by the end of the season, we're not going to think she's a villain anymore. She
I
has
agree.
more information that we all have, and she's going to be doing something to try to save everybody.
I agree.
I didn't
I
think that before.
100%.
I didn't think that before last episode, but I now think the way they're going, that to make it too much like a villain, and we're going to find out that she's doing it for a certain reason.
100%. That's why I said, like, I think I said it a couple weeks ago, where it's like maybe what she has down there isn't to destroy the world, but it's to save people, right? To stop the second event from happening that the doctor came from, where the gases come out and heat up the earth. And I'm thinking maybe she has something like that, because even when she's talking to the baby, she's telling the baby that he's going to be able to see the stars one day, right? So it's obviously that her plan wasn't to pretty much kill everybody or everything. So I agree with you. I agree with you. We
Yeah, and
get
then that makes me question what is Link? Is he actually the good guy or the bad guy?
Ooh,
Because he's wanting to destroy Alex. If Alex is something that could save the world, then why would he want to destroy it? So the more they give me answers, the more they give me questions too.
that is a very good question, huh?
What if Link is the link between the two things? What if Link, without Link, Sinatra can't actually do what she needs to do? So you actually need Link to be there to get everything that they really want. It's possible that that they all be on the same side fighting against another thing. Who you think is the heroes, not the
Yeah,
hero? Who
I
think
could
the
see
villains, not
that
the villain?
too.
It's everybody.
Yeah,
Hence why,
because
hence why, hence why I think it's it's Jane is a mole for another organization. And that organization is the one that's trying to stop Sinatra from doing what she's doing. And you're right. Link is going to come in there saying he wants to destroy everything, but they're going to have a conversation to where she realizes and Link realizes that they need each other to fight what else is coming. And I think Jane has a part to do it. I don't trust Jane one bit, bro. I
yeah,
don't trust her one bit. And the reason why I think that is because there was a conversation. Hold on, I'll bring it here. Uh, right here. This conversation.
Brooks, I'm ready for my sponge bath. Sinatra is not the dangerous one.
What do you mean?
Sinatra remains untouchable because of the people behind her. It's the girl, Doc. Jane. I missed it. X missed it. But she's behind all of it. Baines, Billy, that girl. She is like nothing I've ever seen before.
Couldn't that just mean she's a sociopath that killed everybody?
It could, but this is paradise. It could, but this is paradise, though. You know what I mean? So you gotta expect a little bit
exactly.
more, you know.
Everything she said is exactly right. She killed every single person that we were like, who killed who? Killed
Right.
the president, killed Baines, killed Billy, killed all of them. She's the one that killed all of them.
Yeah.
100%.
She's a
Said
sociopath.
maybe Alex is the future name of Annie's baby.
Yeah, because
Future
right now
name.
we don't know Annie's baby's name.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Annie.
that makes that's point two. So thanks for the informative review. I have to leave the chat. Good night. Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. We'll definitely be doing this again. So anytime you want to pop in, we'll always be here. Former president being such a jerk and a jerk to Sinatra was done to make Sinatra look better by comparison to the audience because she is getting a redemption arc. This happens in screenwriting. I could see that.
That
Link
does
is very
happen.
important. The show didn't just give him Link for no reason. 100%.
He's either linked because
Yeah.
he's
100%.
linked to everything, or he's linked because he's like Zelda. It's something like that.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
honest with you, I wanted to go back and play some of the Zelda games to see if I could find some sort of connection with the name. You know what I mean? But there's way too many.
Mhm.
It's like it would be so hard to
Yeah.
narrow down the right one to do that. You know?
Zelda saves
But
the world.
Yeah, because at first I kept saying I see a link between him and Xavier because of them both having the same symptoms and seeming like they seeing each other, but it's like it's a whole bigger link than that. That's just one of the links.
yeah, 100%.
What
And
if
now
the
this
thing in
yeah,
Kansas
go
City?
ahead.
The thing in Kansas
What's-
City. What if that's not just like an EMP or anything that's shutting things down? It's actually a supercomputer that's actually causing all of these problems, and that's what Sinatra's trying to bring.
Could be. It could
Yeah.
be. It could definitely have something to do with because it seems like it's getting into like AI stuff, right? So it could be
Right.
definitely maybe like a Terminator thing where the AI is taking over the world but not actually destroying it.
Mm-hmm.
And interesting.
I find myself in an interesting moment. I'm gonna be honest, Jane, you terrify me. But my two closest security team members are dead. Half of the Secret Service was just in open revolt, and you're what I've got. You're the only person left down here who knows my secrets. But before we take the next step in our relationship, I have to know something. After you shot me, you told me that I was no use to you dead.
Now, again, she says that, and I think honestly, because when we get the backstory to Jane, it's like you're told to always be one step ahead, to meditate, right? And I don't believe Jane's answer in this. I keep saying Jade, but Jane's answer, I don't believe her answer, right? She looks like she thinks about it.
Well, what I meant was, I'm a killer. It's what I've always been, a weapon.
Now, what's the best way to get Sinatra to trust her? Is by catering to her ego. And I think she knows that, and I think that's what her plan is. I think we're gonna find out Jane is a bigger bad than anybody else in this show right now. But that's my take on it. What do you guys think?
I think the doctor's gonna be the bad person.
Really? No, I don't see that. I think the doctor's gonna die soon.
Well, I think that she's
I think she gonna die too.
She's trying to take down Sinatra. She's gonna do something that causes them to not be able to make the plan that needs to happen. You think it's not needs to happen, but somehow the doctor is gonna be the bad person. Because that's what they do in these type of shows. They flip everybody. So that's why I think Sinatra's not gonna be the bad person anymore. But who's the person you think is the good one? It's the doctor. The one who said, I'm coming after Sinatra. And not that she's evil, like she's the planner, but that she does something that causes us not to be able to get the plan, and now they have another issue.
Yeah,
I would actually like it if they do something like that, because I just feel like she's a goner. I already felt that way, but then when she went, like, why would you go and tell your damn plan of what you want to do to Jane of all people? That just didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I'm like, girl, shut up.
She's doing
100%.
She's going to cause, make a mistake. She thinks she's doing right, and she's going to do something wrong, and mess everybody up.
Yeah, but I don't
I
think
can see that.
I don't.
But I do think they got up out of here, but we'll see.
So this is the scene you're talking about, right? The doctor comes in.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
I know what you did.
She has it all figured out.
The Baines, Robinson, the Pace.
If you know what I did, then you know what I'm capable of.
You know, I did her bidding myself for a while. It doesn't end well.
It's different with us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're understanding me. She's up to something. And I'm gonna figure out what it is. I'm coming for her.
If you come for her, you come through me.
Like, why would you do that? Why would you tell her? Why would you even go throw your hand in the pot like that? You know what I mean? Like, you keep that stuff to yourself, especially if you know what type of person Jane is. Yeah, you don't do that. I thought that was stupid of the doctor.
Smarter than everybody, and those are the ones that always cause the most problems.
Yeah. If the doctor is bad, then it would be by mistake. Brian makes a very good point. This show always flips and does unexpected stuff. It does, 100%. I don't see that, but I didn't see the time travel shit either, and that was wrong. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully, I'm still right in this. But then technically, it's still kind of time travel, right? No matter which way you look at it, it's still time travel.
Quantum entanglement is all going to be time travel, just no matter what you do. Even if it's
Yeah,
dimensional,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
still going to have time travel element.
Yeah. Even you can't send people back, but you can send voices and talk to people. That's time travel, regardless of whether you want to put it. So, yeah, there is a time travel element in this, but I don't know, man. I just think that the doctor is gonna get too close, and Jane is going to kill him because Xavier and them not getting back to the end of the season. They're not getting back to the bunker at the end of the season.
What if I told you that they're going to not even try to kill Gary? They're going to get on the train and they're going to speed all the way to Colorado from where they are on the train, trying to get back there, and then they might get back there by the end of the season. What if I told you that?
I
think they're gonna get there by the end. Yeah.
But they're not. He's not going to be like in the bunker. I think by the end of because there's nothing left for them to do there right now. Is just to get to the bunker, right? And obviously, Sinatra again is not just going to open the door and let Xavier and his wife in there.
You're 100%.
But see, that's where Jeremy comes in at because remember, they about to do the thing so that the sensors could get messed up so the doors could open. So I feel like it's all gonna, come in together at the same time. And that's when Xavier gonna be pulling up with his wife and the baby and what was the boy name? Little Bean, whatever. They all gonna be coming at the same time and all the people on the train.
100%. That's exactly Sinatra says, no, we're not gonna let you in. We're gonna shut the doors, we're gonna kick Link out, whatever. And then they see Xavier pull up, and all of a sudden the doors open because Robinson and Jeremy are under there working with the mechanics with the guy who created the whole thing.
I agree. Well, they will get to the bunker by the end of the season. Yeah, 100%. Like they're not going to be in it and everything, especially now that we know there's going to be a season 3. So it's going to end with some sort of cliffhanger. 100%. Where do you guys think Bean is? Bean's with Terry, right? Because remember, at the end of this season, Terry runs out with the people of the train, and then Xavier is right there with them, right? So let's see, what else was there? Okay, so now we get to a conversation where Xavier's daughter is having it with Sinatra's daughter, and Sinatra's daughter finally finds out what kind of thing her mother's into and decide. This is the part of the show that I don't care about. The daughter and this stuff. This is the stuff I don't care about because now they're gonna end up doing something stupid. You know what I mean? And just I gotta save my boyfriend and let me go save my boyfriend. This is what we're gonna do, and I gotta help you and blah blah. Yeah, this is the part of the show. Like I don't care. Right? I'm like, erase them. I don't want to see this stupid crap that they're gonna be doing. I really don't want to see it. So I don't like this part. Your thoughts, Brian?
No, usually I have a lot more to say. I agree exactly what you're saying. I don't want any stupid teenage girls should not be the one that we're focusing on this damn show because she's being stupid as a teenage girl. Because teenage girls are stupid, just like teenage boys are stupid. They do stupid stuff. But like once again, Jeremy would have got caught if it wasn't for Robinson.
Yeah.
So like I look at her and I feel like she's going to make.
I do agree with y'all, but I do agree with y'all, but at the same time, some kind of way, Sinatra's daughter is gonna play a part. That's her weakness. So I don't mind her getting tripped up and having something else to keep her, under wraps or make her shake up a little bit. Even though I don't think she's completely evil, I think she is doing things for a purpose. But also, I feel like she has her daughter and her husband where they don't know what the hell is going on. So I don't mind her kind of getting that awakening when it comes to her daughter. But yeah, they about to do a whole bunch of stupid stuff.
You're right. I agree with you that that's the daughter's gonna, because we already see now she's getting more involved in the show and what's
Mm-hmm.
gonna happen. So the daughter is going to be a way to kind of get at Sinatra or something because she does care about her daughter. It's just when they
Mm-hmm.
start doing the stupid daughter stuff and the stupid kid stuff,
Yeah.
it's always a problem for me. No matter what movie it is, like okay, here we go with the dumb kid stuff, you
It's
know?
like you F them
Uh,
kids. That's what
Mm-hmm.
you always say. F
yeah,
them kids.
facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts. Now we find out exactly, we go through the training and we find out about Jane and we get a really good backstory on Jane. We don't go through all it, but I want to hear what you guys thought about Jane's backstory and them showing how she became this crazy killer. Go ahead, Tamika, you go first.
Yeah, this was interesting. It explains and made me understand how she ended up the way that she ended up. Like I said, it didn't really change my perspective of her, but it definitely gave me a better understanding. I did not have her, chopping off people penises and bringing it in a gift bag on the bingo on my bingo
Facts.
card. I was like, what the hell? I like when they showed that part. She was like, "What's in the bag?" I said, "Yes, what is in the bag?" Um, and the fact that she really thought she was helping and doing something good for her, like, you're the better person, you deserve this promotion, you said what's in between his legs was the problem, so I solved the problem. But it's like, no, girl. And I do want them. And first of all, shout out to I don't forgot her daggone name. She's an actress in her own right, but she's also Sterling's wife. I was so happy to see her up here. I want to
Yeah,
see them in a movie or
her.
TV show together. But
Yeah.
anyway, I want to also know what happened to her. Like, I need them to go back again and show me, did Stacy make it up out of there? Because what did she do? What was her reaction to finding out that Jane did this? That's really what I want to know. But I did like seeing that.
Absolutely 100%. And you made a good point because I was like, wait, she chopped off the dude's penis? Like really? Like not only did she chop it off, she brought it to her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
In the
Like,
gift
hey,
bag.
here's a gift. That was crazy. Brian, what are your thoughts of her backstory?
Dude, the only thing I thought about was, first of all, I was thinking, how the hell did she get this opportunity?
Mm-hmm.
You just don't walk into the CIA. Let's just
Yeah.
be facts. I don't care what you are, especially you're 105-pound, 5'7" little girl. There's no way you just walk into the damn CIA. Like, why are they bringing you in unless you had some type of string pulled to get you there?
Mm-hmm.
Why did she take an interest in you? Unless there was a reason behind it. Unless there's a string being pulled for you getting that help. No one knew how far you would go or how problematic it could be. But I just thought that, once again, we see her life and we're so conditioned to think that this is how normal life goes. This is not how normal life goes. You just don't have these opportunities.
Facts.
And that's why I always kept thinking, oh man, this got to be a connection here. Everything's connected. Everyone's there for a reason. So I'm thinking we're going to start to see a reason with Jane. The second thing I thought of was Seven. Like, what's in the box? What's in the bag? Stuff like that. Like,
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, you tell me you
So
couldn't fight her off? What did she do to get that dude to drop his pants and her to be able to do that?
what if Alex is setting up what Jane is? Because you said there has to be a connection, right? What if it's the future Alex, right? Or whatever it is from the future that was laying this path down for Jane.
Could. It literally could. I still think it has I think Bradford still has knows more about what Sinatra knows about. He also knows about these things. I don't think Sinatra's the only one that got him killed. I think it was the entire government that got him killed, that wanted to have this power structure and have this thing that, this bunker. I think it's more to just her. I think it's that the entire leadership structure that had this knowledge about this stuff.
Yeah, but she's the only one left, right? Because a lot of them went down in the plane crash, right? So I think that's why she's.
Cal's dad was there. Remember, he was the man behind all of this stuff. He
Mm-hmm.
put Cal into position. I think he knew a lot about this stuff before too. So I think we're gonna find out this. It was them coming together, but it wasn't just about them, killing off people or having the power. It was more about power over the future, and they knew about what was going on beforehand. They just didn't tell us.
I got you. That little girl can cuss too much. Said Jane is an evil one. I don't like Jane's mom, especially after she gave birth. Yeah, I don't think anybody really did because, again, like Tamika said, probably what put Jane on the path that she went on to being this cold killer. But I also agree with Brian where I'm like, the message that was for Jane is not for her as a baby, it's for her as an adult. You know what I mean? So I definitely can agree with that. But yeah, this is the scene. She goes to see him and she asks him if he wants to give up the promotion. He tells her to get the fuck out of there.
Up. Did you hear about Radner? He was attacked.
He's been in surgery for hours.
So does that mean you'll get the promotion?
What's in the bag, Jane?
You said Officer Radner only got the promotion because he had a dick. Well, that's not an issue anymore.
Listen, I know last week and even the week Tamika was here before she went on vacation, y'all were saying you wanted Jane to get it. I don't want Jane to get it anymore. I want to see more of Jane. I'm liking Jane after this episode. I want to see more of Jane 100%. I like these Stone Cold Killer types, man, and I want to see more of Jane.
Lord. Listen, we might need Jane to go take care of Gary. I don't know.
Don't say
Facts.
Hey, you shutting that off. Don't save me. Don't put me in surgery. Kill me. Kill me now. I don't want to wake up. No. I'm not doing that. Wake up. Oh, my dick. No.
Facts.
That's horrible.
No.
Yeah.
And because I guess the way season 1 ends, or even in season 1, you kind of get the idea that Jane is kind of like weird and, you know what I mean, willing to do almost anything, but you don't know that she is this skilled until this episode, right? It's not just about her being crazy. She is skilled. Very, very skilled, to the point where the woman in the CIA, like, she's been in the government for years, and she says, I ain't never seen anything like this woman.
Right.
I like that. Said Bean is in the train colony with Xavier's wife. I think they outcast the weird guy after Ben said he was the killer. Yeah, it could be. No, you know what I think happened? Yeah, Bean told her what happened, and they left him and went over there, right? And that's why he was like, oh, I want to kill them all, I guess, because they definitely know that he killed his friend because Bean's seen it. Right? I wonder what happened to Jane's mentor.
That's what I want to know, Kendall. That's what I was just saying. I want to know. I want to know if she's still alive.
What if she was the one who actually got the letter? And to be, for on Sinatra's team. What if it was her mentor that got the letter, and after she denied Jane took the letter and ran with it. So Sinatra really didn't know Jane, as you were saying before. She thought she was her mentor.
I think the mentor is the one that has Jane doing what she's doing. I think there's another organization that's there, and I think that the mentor is the one, because there was one part in this episode where you get to see Jane play the Wii for the first time with her, right? And we now understand why Jane wanted the Wii so bad. I don't think it's because Jane liked playing the Wii. It's because of the connection she had with that girl while they were playing that was her friend. She considered her a mother figure. This woman trained her. She talked about how good you are. So either Jane had to kill her because of what happened now, where it's like, oh, I can't believe you did that, I'm going to report you or something like that, or that this is their plan. This is their plan.
We'll see. I'm curious to see. Yeah, because I also thought she had the connection with the game because of Billy. So being able to see that and know that the connection actually came from her mentor Stacy, I was like, oh, okay. And it makes sense
Mm-hmm.
because she was one of the first one to say something positive to her. She's probably never been told I love you or anything positive in her life, which is sad, but
100%. And you always remember that first, right?
yeah.
And then this
We're gonna
final
find out
scene
that Jane
before,
killed her. Watch.
what's that?
We're gonna find out that Jane killed her.
I think so, something like that. I kind of have a feeling that might be in it, the part of it too. But we get to this part too, and this is another part where I'm like, where she's pretending to be Sinatra, puts her hair up. I think she wants to be the leader. You know what I mean? That's why I think Jane, even though she's working with Sinatra and says she needs Sinatra, I think she has an alternate plan in mind too. I still think that Jane is 2 steps ahead of everybody, and we're gonna find out that she is a lot smarter than Sinatra to be. Said, I wonder if Sinatra knew about the connection between the we and the mentor. Maybe now it's this with the switch, it's a way to be loyal to Sinatra. So first off, if you know anything about the Switch, right? Unless she gave her games with that Switch, it's unusable. Because you gotta download your games, and you can't do that, right? The
There's
server
games in there.
there's
Games
gotta
in
be
there. Know
games
about it.
in there or something. 'Cause if you know about the Switch, that's unusable. Go back to the Wii, you know? So now we get to the plan where these guys decide to go and break down into the hole, and they get caught by the guard. And of course, she comes in. Natalie comes in, save her, and Natalie says this.
I wasn't a fucking side piece. And I'll be damned if I let his kid get pummeled. Come on.
So that wasn't a fucking side piece. I started laughing. I was like, yeah, damn right. You let him know that you weren't no damn side
Almost your
piece.
mama. You better be careful.
Facts. Facts. Now, do you think it's gonna be that easy for them to get down there and just open up the doors? Like, there's something down there. It's gonna be some sort of something that's gonna make it hard
Yeah.
for them. It's not gonna be that easy, right?
You have the person who created the entire bunker. I think he knows there's things down there. I think that's why Sinatra has a disconnection with the power, and all those other things have her own AI fighting against certain things. I think he knows about this stuff. And when we get down there, we're gonna find out about it. That's gonna be our chance to open our eyes to what's going on.
What if he has an alternative motive and it's not to open the doors, but it's to do something with Alex or whatever it is? Because I have this feeling that, and I get what you're saying with the train reaching there at the end, doors open up, but I think it's going to end with us getting something about Alex. I don't think they're going to wait till next season before they reveal Alex. They're going to probably reveal Alex as a cliffhanger, right? Whatever Alex is. So what if him going down there is an alternate plan? It's not to open the doors, but it's maybe to activate Alex.
I think it's already activated. I think that's part of Sinatra's problem.
Yeah.
I hope the mentor is still alive. Jane can't be out here beating up unaliving the sister. You're too rational. Under the Switch is probably with unlimited gaming. Sinatra is one of you can't have unlimited gaming unless you're downloading the games, bro, and that's a new Switch. So she got to open up. You got to download the game. There's no servers unless you're buying the game physically. You can't use it. I'm sorry, you can't. I got one. I know.
A lot of money.
Huh?
You might have had one already programmed before the end of the world.
Yeah, right. But you still have to be online. No, but you still have to be online to play the games.
There's no more online.
Exactly. So you can't use that Switch. That's what I'm saying. You have to be connected online to play any games on the Switch. Yes, 100%. I can show you mine right now. You even have to pay for the online service to play the games.
I thought the physical Switch that I had, the first Switch, not Switch 2, the Switch 1, actually had games in it. But okay, you know
No.
better.
No, it does not. Trust me on that one. Gary is so petty. Just let Xavier be with his wife, my guy. I don't trust that guy. He seemed sketchy when they were speaking, but we're talking about time travel. Don't bring rational into this. Yo, I have to bring rational into it, right? Because you watching the show, there's no internet. So I'm sorry, but there's no internet. That's rational. Regardless of what you want to say, you can say time travel, you can say this, but there's no internet. So that's all I'm saying. The Switch cannot be used unless she
Switch
has a
only
game
had
for it.
physical game cartridges when they first were released.
Exactly. That's the only way she can use it is if she has a physical game cartridge, but you still have to connect online to play those cartridges games. It has to be connected online, bro. I'm telling you. Same thing with the Xbox. If my Xbox ain't online, I can't play 2K. So, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. There's no online hours. But we get to Gary and Xavier, and they're wiring up the train, and then Xavier looks at the picture.
If anything happens to me,
Now, okay, so he looks at the picture, he gives this whole speech, and then he really looks at the picture and looks at Gary. I'm like, you can't see that from looking at the picture right now. That would have been the first thing I noticed. I'd have been like, wait a minute.
Our kids are in Colorado, and that I came all the way here to find her, and that I made it. You make sure that she's safe, okay? You make sure that she's taken care of. That's all I ever wanted to do.
I'm sorry, but that's the first thing I'm noticing when I look at that picture. That's the first thing I'm noticing.
He
Like, hey, wait a
wasn't
minute.
focused on that. He was focused on his wife. That's all he was caring about. He was looking at her with her smile.
I'm sorry, but
That's
you know what I mean? No. I to me, I know. What about you, Brian?
So, I don't think Xavier's been good with people's character. I mean, Billy's a killer, you know, and that was his best friend. He ain't know nothing about him before. So, you know, I think that he was totally focused on his wife. But I don't know, black men alive don't know. Look at man, you know, you with your dude, and another dude looking at your wife. You already turned around looking at him, looking at your wife,
Bro.
Like,
You can. You don't even have to, bro. Tell me I'm wrong. You don't even have to see it. You can feel it, right? You can feel it. Turn around and some guy's looking at your girl's ass right away. Like, we can feel that shit. I would have felt that right away.
I mean, I agree with y'all. I'm not arguing that, but I think they have shown us throughout that Xavier character is he sees the good in people, even though he knew it was something off about him and he didn't trust him. And he was like, I know you're not telling me everything. Like, I got my one good eye on you. I'm not gonna leave this baby around you. He also still be like, oh, you know what was her name that didn't make it? I forgot. You gotta look at the good in people. You can't think everybody's
Annie.
out to get you and everybody's bad.
You're right.
You know, Annie, yeah. So he still have that part of him too. And I think that's what they were showing with that. And he just didn't really look over to the left where he needed to look to see old crazy Gary staring her down. Because I said when he told her he loved her, that would have been a wrap. It wouldn't have been no other conversations after that. But
You right about that too, right? I would have found that very fishy too. But like, what is he saying? Oh yeah, I understand why you fell in love with her. No, like, wait, what? Excuse me?
Exactly.
You said what?
I was would have killed him. Oh yeah, really.
Facts.
Facts.
Facts. Hey, because as men, right, we know how much trouble women can get us into, right? 100%. Like, we kill for women and stuff like that. So if you're telling me you love my wife, I don't trust you. That means you're.
There consequences, brother. Oh,
Facts.
Cool. You know,
Bam. Facts.
It can't be two of us here.
Jane is crazy looking in the mirror, acting like Sinatra. Yeah, 100% she was. Yeah, absolutely. But I also think there's a method to Jane's madness, which we are going to find out. But Gary says, I'm sorry, Xavier. He says,
you make sure that she's taken care of. That's all I ever wanted to do.
sorry, Xavier.
How you,
Okay.
if you have your plan the whole time, how you have that slow trigger, that trigger finger?
You know what I mean? And
Why
then
you say I'm
Xavier
sorry?
really,
Do it first.
and then Xavier really turned around, looked at him, and then shot him back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really? No. In the minute you seen that, you should have either bolted or shot that back a long time ago. But I
Mm-hmm.
guess it's the show. We have to have
Yeah.
dramatics and stuff like that. So, and the bomb goes off. Then all the trained people come, and right towards the end, he sees his wife running towards him. And that's how the episode ends. Now, man, to be honest with you, we've been wrong about so much crap. We said Sinatra had the wife. We said the people in the train actually took her, right? We said all of this stuff, and we haven't been
Which they did
batting right.
have her, technically.
They did technically, yeah. We said there's no time travel. We don't believe the time travel. There might be time travel. So we've been wrong about a lot of things. So I'm going to tell you, chatting there, don't take anything we say with a grain of salt because we are
Everything
batting
we
like,
say with a grain of salt.
yeah, that's it. Like everything we say because we've been batting like 1-0 or something like that. We may have got a few things right, but holy crap. Said, I love the Paradise soundtrack. Me too. I think it is. And it feels so good. I thought Gary was holding Terry hostage. So did we. So did we. That's
That's
another
what
thing
we
we
thought,
said too.
yeah.
Gary's going to crash out for real now. We said Gary has her. We said maybe Sinatra took them from Gary. Like we thought all kinds of stuff. So whatever they do next episode probably gonna not surprise me because I'm like, yeah, I figured as much, some bull crap that we didn't even think about. But again, even though I'm still iffy about the time travel, I think that's what makes this show great is that we're on edge. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know where it's gonna go. We have ideas, and I think that's what makes it great. But we'll get into our final thoughts and grades of this episode. I'll let you go first, Tamika.
I like the episode. I think I'm gonna go with like a, I don't know. I'm somewhere between an 8.5 and a 9. It was a good episode, but I did have my little things that was irritating me or little things that I had my questions about, but it wasn't nothing too major. I feel like episode 7 is gonna really be like bam, they gonna come with it. I'm assuming Gary and them just left on their own because they found out that Gabby was raggedy. I don't know because
Mm-hmm.
obviously she's not
Mm-hmm.
held hostage, and I don't know what the hell he thought he was planning. I really want to see him being taken out, but I think Terry is probably gonna be like, no, just leave him, be. I don't know,
That's
child.
the question I
But
want to know. Do
It,
you go kill Gary, or do you get on the train and start moving?
you leave Gary. His worst punishment is to leave him alone and let him
leave
live
him
life by
alone,
himself.
yeah, by himself.
Hmm. Killing
Yeah.
him would be too easy. I agree. So we didn't really talk about like the stuff that annoyed us or what. So I'll let you, Tamika. What was the stuff you didn't like?
I wasn't too crazy about those messages in the beginning because I've been saying like, is this time travel? I hope it's not time travel. But again, I'm trying to have faith in them. I feel like they're good at storytelling. They're good with the twists and turns. If you make it make sense for me, then I don't mind going along for the ride. But I just didn't know we was riding in this direction. So that kind of
Facts.
threw me off. And then, the little things with the kids annoying me. I felt the same way about the kids. And at one point, Robinson annoyed me, but then she came back and got her senses together. And I
Hmm.
was like, okay, now we talking. And like, it wasn't nothing really major. And Gary, I was mad too that Xavier. I said, you mean to tell me you learning this at the last second? Like I thought you knew this already. But that was just. So yeah, overall, I definitely thought it was a good episode.
Absolutely. What would you grade it?
Yeah, I'm at about a 9. I'm at about a 9. I feel like 7. We gonna go even higher because I think episode 7 in season 1 was the one where they really did like some big extra stuff. So I feel like that's what we gonna get this time around. So I'm looking forward to seeing how everything is gonna play out.
Was it season 6? Was it episode 6 or episode 7 that ended with the red sky and it's all a lie thing? Was it episode 7? That was episode 7, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
That
think so.
episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the music at the end of that episode, the way that
Yeah.
played out was so good. So I can't wait to see what they do in episode 7. Brian, what are your
Mhm.
thoughts? Final thoughts, grades, and everything.
Well, first, my final thought is this: Gary's going to get to that baby. So Annie's baby,
Oh, I was thinking about
Ooh.
that too.
Gary's going to get to the baby, and we haven't seen the end of Gary because Gary's gonna get to the baby, and as Xavier gets to the baby, and he might even kill them. He might even kill the other people that are in the bunker with him. Gary is lost it.
Mm.
He's literally lost it. He's gonna try to snatch the baby. They're gonna try to do something. He's gonna accidentally push them down or kill them in some way. So I think that we're going to see more about Gary. That's just for me.
Now, see, I was thinking about the baby, and at first I was saying leave Gary there to suffer alone. But if he go messing with that baby, then listen, you get what you get. I'm sorry, we can't just leave you alone, and you gonna be out here taking babies and doing all kind of craziness. Sorry, Gary.
Facts. Facts. I like that. I like that prediction. What else, Brian?
I think this is a really good episode. So if I'm going to grade it, it's definitely an A. It's a solid A for me. 9.1, 9.2, pretty good. There's things that I questioned, but I think they're putting something together. And as we had 3 different stories all the entire season, they really meshed them to 2, which they're really going to mesh to 1 because everyone's coming to one point, and that's what's going to happen at the finale. Everyone getting to that one point. But this next episode, I think it's going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to be fire. We're going to see things that we just didn't see coming. Or maybe one of us saw it. We'll see. Maybe Alonzo's right.
Facts.
Maybe I'm right. It's right. I don't know. But I think because we're throwing out so many things, one of those things are going to come up, and it's going to be like, I told you.
100%. And I hope it's not this guy over here because I'll never hear the end of it if he's right. So let's just pray it's not his answer over there. But I think that we're all going to watch the last episode and said, I didn't see that coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
It went way over that. So, but I really do think it's a good episode, like you said. I'm going to give it an A2. Again, the kids were kind of annoying and certain things towards little issues, like you said with Natalie, where she was like, oh, giving up pretty much, I'm gonna die and blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden she decides that she's gonna help out. So that too. So, but I think it was a great episode, and I'm very excited for episode 7. I'm not gonna give any predictions and make myself look like a fool with my predictions for next week. So I'm just gonna say I have no idea what's gonna happen next week, and we'll leave it at that. Said, I thought Terry was in the bunker on the lower levels. My bad, y'all. I was wrong. Yeah, so do we. We thought Sinatra took them. Brian thought Sinatra came took him. I thought that
Sinatra, I thought that Gary had her. I really thought Gary had her.
I think Danny
Gary
said that
too.
the last time when we was
Yeah.
up here, he was saying that the Sinatra took her in the bunker. That was one of his predictions.
Yeah, and me and Brian were saying Gary was hiding them. You know what I mean? Had them trapped in something like that. Yeah, and he was gonna use Xavier to get them dead. So yeah, we thought a whole bunch of crap. So episode this season was my favorite. I give it a 9 out of 10. I think this was my favorite of the season 2. If I had to pick one, I think it's my favorite too. What about you guys?
I don't know if it's my favorite. Because I liked a lot of them. I didn't like the first one. But I did like
me neither.
Understanding Terry a lot. I love seeing that black love thing. So that's a big thing for me. It's a big positive for me. So I really enjoyed that. The most shocking one was when Annie dies. So I don't know if it's as shocking as that one. So I don't know. It's close. It's definitely up there. But I kind of liked when Annie died.
I said episode 5. Last episode was my favorite. Okay, I got you. Last episode was your favorite. I think this was one of my favorites, to be honest with you. I liked a lot of the episodes, other than the first one. And again, the first one was kind of like, well, why are we not seeing Xavier throughout the whole episode? So I think that was the only issue with the first one, but it's been on point ever since. So that's our rankings and that's our review for episode 6. Guys, make sure you're here next week for our episode 7 episode, which is going to be good. We should have the full panel next week, meaning Danny and Chris should be here as well. So it'll definitely be an interesting show. Tomorrow night will be the OOC, and then on Thursday night will be Cross, so make sure to stick to that too as well. Friday we'll be doing some From as well. So we got a lot of things going on this week. And then next week we got Invincible starting, and I think the week after that. Oh, yeah, so Invincible starts tomorrow, and next week is The Boys. Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff coming up, guys. So make sure to check us out, because we'll be doing the roundtable for a lot of these shows right now. So
actually, so next week is Invincible. This week's Invincible. Next week is Daredevil. The week after that is Marvel, and then The Boys, and then From. It's going bam, 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 one after another.
Wow,
we in trouble. I don't know.
100%.
I don't know what's
100%. Well, we got 2 more episodes of this. Cross is going to be off the table this Thursday, so that's going to be last episode of that, thank God. And then we're going to have to figure out to do something else. Yeah, it's crazy. But this is what we do, guys. We got a lot of content for you guys, so make sure you're sub to the Spoiler Kings. Make sure you're sub to Tamika if you're on my channel, and if you're on their channel, subs to the other panel, because you'll enjoy a lot of the content that we do, man. I appreciate everyone for coming in here, and we will see you on the next one. So peace, love, and hair grease, and thank you, everybody. We out.